Hello, hello, and welcome everyone. We are playing World of Warships Legends. I am Phoenix61. We have a couple of good games in the Giuseppe Verdi. This is a new-ish Italian, what's this one? A battleship? Yeah, so. This was a recent campaign late in the summer to get this ship, so you may have to wait a while if you're interested, but it's a fun ship to play as. I think you can choose between sonar and radar. I have picked radar. It is really, really fun to light up unsuspecting destroyers that a lot of people still don't, a lot of destroyer players still don't know that this ship has radar. They just haven't learned yet. So I am having a lot of fun surprising them. I think it's like 9 kilometer standard. So if you do any commander mods or anything like that, you could get a little bit more. But for the most part, I have built this ship out for secondary batteries. So this is a very secondary battery heavy build. So the main guns are not that accurate, right? So it'd be nice to be able to put some commander perks and stuff into the main battery guns. But where this ship shines is the SAP secondary battery shells, and I think they've got the range up to about 9.5 kilometers or so. You might be able to stretch it a little bit more. I don't quite have my commanders fully upgraded, but pretty close. So decent shot on this Musashi here. We'll see if we actually get any damage out of it. We do. 15k, we will take that. Well, unless we got a little bit on that destroyer before. I wasn't paying attention. So I'm going to try and sneak in to just kind of making this hard turn just to be a little bit unpredictable, but also maybe sneak in to help with the cap, but it looks like I'm going to be too late. And I also don't want to be broadside to these battleships that were off to our right and now are kind of straight in front of us now. So we have a little bit better of an angle. Yep, and we also are suspecting destroyers too. So yeah, knowing that we were like spotted early on there too was kind of an indicator somebody might be over there. But we do have the airplanes to deal with, so so I was kind of thinking he was going to come after me with the torps, but he doesn't here. We're shooting some guys down here, so we just don't really have any shots on anybody right now. I'm also concerned that that destroyer may have sent more torpedoes this direction. Like, there's always that, the fear, right? But yeah, being a little indecisive at the moment. So we will take shots at their Giuseppe Verdi. I'd much rather have been shooting at this Musashi, but the island was in the way. Of course, now he's moving away, but the broadside shots would have been really, really nice to be able to get on him. We also got this island coverage to our right, so we're not victim to the across the map shots from the guys over at C that have overtaken that zone. So the enemy managed to snag zone C. So I don't want to press. I didn't want to press forward too much initially here, just because of that. But we will move forward. So we'd like to be able to get, you always want to be able to use your secondary battery, right? But you don't want to put yourself in a situation where you're just going to dive quickly also. So just give and take, right? There's a risk reward. So just got in range, and then he goes out of sight. We'll use the damage con on the fire just because I think we're far enough away from destroyers. Although there might be one here too. Well, this is our guy. Alright, we're going to go this way, see if we can help on this side a little bit. It would be nice to get a shot on that Mogami, but it's going to be behind the island for us here. So, I've got this coverage, this island coverage here, otherwise it would have been a bad idea to be broadside to another battleship, right? But he is just inside of range of our secondary batteries. And yep, so we do have to be a little bit careful. There's a destroyer somewhere out there. Damage con's almost ready again, right? So I'm using the reload booster, or the secondary battery booster now, since just because I feel like we're going to get, he's moving this way, he's in range, we're going to get consistent secondary batteries firing, right? So if you use it right when, if he's like just out of range or like, about to duck behind an island, then your booster's going and you're not firing it, right? So we knew we had consistency with how much we'd be firing secondary batteries. So we're getting just tons of hits. Look at like the decent like damage you get out of those if they hit, right? But yeah, that's kind of the perks there. Maybe a little premature using that damage con there, just as I don't have eyes on this destroyer that's on this side. So we're taking our chances there, but yeah, ideally you want to save. A lot of people just say let the fires burn, but if I'm comfortable, I'll put it out. If I'm thinking like, okay, I'm not gonna get another fire right away, or I'm not gonna I'm not at risk of destroyer shooting torpedoes at us, I will kind of take that chance. You gotta just weigh the pros and cons, right? But yeah, most people like to save the damage control. It does come back fairly quickly here. It's about a minute reload, I think I saw on that, so not too bad. Richie Lou, he is going to get a good chunk out of us here, just because we're still a little bit. He was able to hit our hull pretty good, and of course he is going to point his nose at us, right? Because that's where that ship's strength is the front end. So we're gonna struggle going toe to toe with him, but we will see if we can't finish off this Mogami. So just trying to anticipate if he's stopping or if he's about to move forward or if he's gonna stay there, right? Get lucky on the torpedo bombs there, but using damage con right away. Okay, this is me. Alright, we're getting hits on Chilu. He's pressing forward, which is, this should hopefully work out for us in our secondary batteries, right? He may have just been like gotten frustrated with us. We'll use the heal. We still have another one left after this one in this game. At this point in the game, by the time it's ready to be used again, the game's going to be almost over, right? So sometimes I think yeah, it's great to save those consumables for when you absolutely need them. The other thing too is just this timing. If you're 2/3 of the way through the game, if there's only 5 minutes left, you still got three heals. Like, start using those things. There's no benefit to holding on to them until you're done, right? So we are gonna get probably not the kill unless our secondaries can finish him. There we go. And there's Friesland. Friesland. So this would be a great time to have the radar going too, in case he goes unspotted, but I don't think he's gonna. He looks like he wants to fight. He's just gonna keep shooting his guns. We got the reload, the secondary battery booster going, so he's not gonna stand a chance here between those, and then got pretty much everybody shooting him at this point. And we get another close quarters medal. So that's 2. My 2 kills are attributed to our secondary batteries in this game. That was pretty decent. 132 hits with secondaries. We shot down 18 airplanes too. That's, geez. Can we get a clear skies? Maybe he'll come back for us, right? But looks like we're probably gonna end up winning on points here. We've had those 2 zones capped for the vast majority of the game. We are about to get this one. If we get it before we win on points, right? But yeah, so here that carrier is playing hide and seek, which is fine. Like, that's the smart thing to do. And our division is going to be hilarious and shoot their torpedoes at us. Alright, good game on this one. GG, guys. GG. We'll see where we end up on the leaderboard, as we always do. We'll see how good my secondary batteries did. Oh yeah, so I was like, oh, and I got bureau stuff done, right? Yeah, but then of course I forgot to see. I forgot to see where we ended up. Victory here. All right, team. Oh, 3rd. We didn't even. Oh, jeez, we suck, you guys. We suck. 120 grand though. But yeah, I was like, what bureau projects am I working on? That I got 2. So 200K. So, all right, we got one more Giuseppe Verdi game. That's a little bit quicker than this one even. So I combined them into one glorious Giuseppe Verdi video for you. So we will run another game here in... We will be in Tears of the Desert. We're playing Domination. And we're going to try and dominate again. But yes. I enjoy starting in this spawn position on this map. The middle is not my favorite, as you've heard me complain before, right? But we will press forward and kind of use these islands to our left as a little bit of cover from the enemy, from those long-range shots. You can't hurt me! I'm on your team, jerk. But yeah, and this is, you know, this ship's always fun. It's fun to be aggressive in, but you know, you don't want to be, at the same time, you don't want to be negligent, right? Like, don't be overly ambitious when you go in, because yes, your secondary batteries will get a lot of hits, but that doesn't, you know, if you're in the middle of the map, everyone's going to shoot you all at the same time. So yeah, airplanes coming from the left, and it's like kind of an annoying situation. Like, I know he's coming for me. But this is a quick battleship too, so you can luck out with right, don't use damage con, don't use damage con, don't use damage con. You can luck out with just speeding past in this situation like we do here. So now we will use damage con since we're safe from a flood now at this point. That looked like the Soviet aircraft carrier, so their torpedo bombers, they drop everything all at once. And his torpedoes, I think they move a little bit slower too, and then they're underwater longer, so you really have to line up that shot quite a bit more. So it's a little more difficult, but then it does drop all the torpedoes all at once. So trying to press forward into this the sea cap just to help out, just since there's not too much going on over here. We are getting fire spammed at range from you know, from the B-ish area, but if we can get in and in front of this island, we might have some coverage, right? So a little bit risky, and we're losing quite a bit of health from fire, and all you battleship players are probably sitting there going, I told you so, you shouldn't have used your damage control. But we used it. The heals work pretty good on this ship with how I have it, the loadout set, so you do have that as a little bit of a backup, right? So if you do get some fires going, those heals will take care of quite a bit of that damage. Alright, pressing on. We help out with the cap the last second there. Don't use damage con, don't use damage con, don't use damage con. So there's only a few seconds left. Alright, Z44 makes the mistake of showing himself to us. So if our main battery doesn't get lined up here, our secondary is going to take care of him, right? So yeah, so right away when we spot him, it's, you know, at that range, you can assume he's already sent torpedoes, and then of course turn towards them to assist with the dodge of that second volley. But that is as a battleship player, you know, you've made that mistake before of, you know, if you suspect there's a destroyer there in range, you should just assume he's shooting torpedoes. So when we spot him, we can assume that those were coming right away. Yeah, this time I think we're gonna have to suck up some torpedoes from the from the carrier. I was like, all right, I'm gonna slow down this time, and then that was a huge mistake. I should have just kept going and should turn. And then of course turning in is going to make us susceptible to broadside hits from these guys, but they are playing with other people and not looking this direction, so that gives us the opportunity to, of course, adjust. And you will, of course, sit here and flood for another 30 seconds because of our stupidity using damage con inappropriately. We didn't get, like, to use our radar this one to, like, you know, spot those unsuspecting destroyers like I always enjoy doing. Alright, flood and a fire. We need this damage control to come back. Stat. But the team's doing great, you know. we might not be doing the greatest. Only 30,000 damage so far. But we finally rack up the second kill there. Alright, buddy. So yeah, the Soviet carriers are skip bombs for the bombers. Of course. Of course. Alright, we might need real to rebuild. We are planning ahead and see if we can't get in range of our destroyer here. Pops are slow down. 30 seconds of... Oh, we're just gonna win. That's an option too. Always an option. Enemy team lost all their points, so they didn't have any zone caps, so they weren't gaining anything, and then as they lost ships, they were losing points, so they only had those 3 guys left. So that was, we dominated on domination thanks to our team, not necessarily us. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. I have lots more World of Warships videos on the way.